We had 2 children already, and he had 2 jobs, and he was reading a Popular Mechanics magazine, and there was an ad in there, "Turn concrete into gold," and that caught his eye.
So he said, I'm going to send the 25 cents in and I'm getting that magazine. I'm going to get their catalog,
And he ordered a couple of molds, a flamingo and a flower pot.
Next thing you know, he's got this contraption of a mold that he starts making these flamingos.
They were cement, but they were held up by rebar. Their legs were rebar, and they were beautiful.
He sold so many pink flamingos in Parma that they were all over the place, and Gallardi lived in Parma, and he started talking about it on his radio show. And then he found out that Joe made them, and he called him the Flamingo Man. I don't know what we would have done without the family, because they all worked. As soon as they were big enough, they worked. And Kathy, being the oldest, she took care of the little ones while I worked.
Well, I mean, we always had something to do. I think from the day we were born, he would give us tasks to do. But I think seriously, when we had to seriously work in the shop, maybe we were 12 or 13 years old.
Getting up 9, 10 years old or so. Time to work. And put me to work and put me on the piece rate.
I was only 12 years old. And so I would pour the cat mold and strike it off, and next day empty it out of the mold, and the guy sold those for 50 cents a piece.
We had to work all the time. As soon as we got off the bus, we had to work. Every Saturday and Sunday we had to work.
You'd hear him come through the house early, and he'd go, up and at 'em, earn your keep. Everybody earns their keep.
From the very beginning, he never did anything like the way other people would do things.
There was a garage behind the house where we lived, and he wanted that garage down behind the store. So they decided they're going to move it.
So he and the workers all got boards and wheelbarrows and lifted it off its foundation.
He had wood going in all directions from this truck, just trying to move it. No one would try to move a garage like this. No one, except my dad.
And then the front corners kept dragging the ground, so my dad said, put 2-wheel buggies under the corner to hold the corners up so they wouldn't drag as he was trying to drive the truck.
He had a little kid's wagon under one corner.
He accomplished what he wanted to do, but the way he did it, if they made a movie, no one would believe it. If I had to describe my dad in one statement, I think it would be a heart of gold.
Oh, very unusual. Unusual person, They broke the mold. He just wasn't like your ordinary person.
The only thing that keeps coming to my mind is just very outgoing. I always kind of was a little jealous of it because, man, I wish I could have been like that.
Unless you met him, you don't know how unique he was.
Caring is definitely hits me right off the bat. Caring and just friend.
If I had to describe Joe, I would say he was a good husband, a good father, and a good provider.